I think you're crazy. Oh, I know you're crazy. Listen, y'all, I'm sorry. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mental House with me, your host with the most, Khadija. Listen, I'm not going to be on here long, but I had to make this quick video regarding. I'm sorry. I was just talking about Alfred E. Newman on yesterday with my daughter, or a couple of days ago. We were just having this discussion, and she goes, I asked her, did she remember what a Mad magazine was? And this was way before the president, Donald Trump, did this to Pete Buttigieg. Donald Trump is a dog. He's a dog. He's a dog. But the most craziest part is he's telling the truth. And when I first saw the guy, I saw him on The View, and that was the first thing I said. I was like, he looks like the Mad Magazine boy. The only thing is, he's got his tooth right there. Lord have mercy. Listen, my brother and I, we used to read Mad magazines for um, countless and countless of, I know they're crazy, of days. I remember having the Mad magazine. I also remember my mom telling us not to bring the trash in the house anymore, so we kept them in the garage in a box. And because the kids on the block would be like, "You got the newest Mad magazine? You got the latest magazine?" We didn't have social media, y'all. We didn't have that, okay? And we didn't have phones plastered up to our ear and walking around like this. We actually looked at um, the Spider-Man comics. I didn't per se because I didn't Batman but Mad magazine. Boy, that was a show enough winner. And for the president to say that about Pete Buttigieg, all jokes aside, it's like, you know what? It's not very presidential. It's like, man, what are you? You do not belong in that White House. You already know. And for those of y'all who voted for him, my father would always tell me about how the country is going to be dummied down. And those of us who have been taught a few things are going to be in the minority because the balance and the trajectory of the society is going to be so low. Anything goes. People will accept anything. They'll become lovers of themselves and not of God. All these things my father would tell me, and Lord have mercy if I'm not living those days right now. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. But for those of y'all who voted for this crazy, 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 crazy man, all I can say is, if nothing else that you get out of him, for those, I ain't worried about what Trump do because he can't stick it to me no harder than nobody else has stuck anything to me. He's just crazy. And I can't stand to see all that madness up in the White House. It's just too much. It's too much overwhelming insanity. And that the people are accepting it is, to me, the bigger travesty. They're going to show you how crazy we are, and we are addicted to reality shows, and this country is being ran like one now, and we're accepting behavior that was never becoming of a president, a person that's supposed to lead all the people of the country. This is insanity. So I say this 1%, just like the 1% who started the country, were a bunch of racists. They were a bunch of people who uh, had folks like Bacon's Rebellion, or when they woke up one day, there was like, the black man can't uh, um, make any charges against a white person, and the black man was like, what? The indigenous man that was already here, the people that were already in America were in shock. They were like, what the? And then it kept going, kept going, kept going until where we are right now, which is a cesspool full of madness. Now, a lot of people get mad when I say this, but I think America, there's no hope for it. You cannot build a country on the soil that we have built this country on, and expect, um, you know, just just for none of the ways we created this society to come back and bite us in the butt. You cannot take land from people and torture them and slaughter them, bring them smallpox and blankets, and all. You can't do that to a people and wipe them out. Genocide. There, you know, are spiritual laws that are enacted as well, but I know a lot of y'all don't believe in them. But those are something that the people of the earth, the indigenous people, people of God, really believe, and they have a serious spiritual component to themselves. And in that component it says, "What a man soweth, that shall he also reap." And if you can't look at what's happening in society right now in terms of our children having to go to school every day, being shot at, or I'm not saying they are shot at every day, but under the threat of a psychopath, whether it's another child or an adult. I mean, shooting up the schools, the psychoses of the Ku Klux Klan members infiltrating the police departments and shooting black people, and there's nothing nobody's supposed to be doing about it. So who are we supposed to trust? How can we stay law-abiding citizens when you already telling us that your departments have been infiltrated by Ku Klux Klan? Black people have to stop being ruled by fear, period, because the same clan that was after you then is after you now. And then there's a component that are free thinking people that know this is just a diabolical plan to um, for a power grab. The powers that be, depends on what side you're on. I just still say at the end of the day, so you won't fight your good fight, whatever it is. Fight your good fight, whatever you feel comfortable with. But know at the end of the day, the only person that you are responsible for is yourself. The only person that you can change is yourself. So there comes that prayer. Oh God, grant me, what is it, the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's real important. All right, y'all. With that being said, I hope I wasn't all over the place this morning, but Alfred E. Newman and Pete Buttigieg, what a resemblance. All right, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.